How to change your mindset to change your life. That's what we're going to talk about today, and it doesn't have to be difficult. This is not one of your typical high growth mindset videos. I'm going to point out two fundamental perspectives that will shift your mindset dramatically. I will then give you several ways to implement those ideas in real life, and the best part is you don't have to work very hard to embrace these ideas. These perspectives are self-evident. When you are faced with these real truths, it will change your mindset in a way that has a life of its own. We are going to show you the most critical perspectives you need to have in your mind to actually achieve whatever it is that you are dreaming of, and simple actions you can take to embrace these ideas. Or maybe it's just that you are a bit stuck and don't know where to begin. The dream job, a perfect relationship, the project you want to get off the ground. It could be as simple as having a peaceful life and finding your own little corner of happiness in the world. No matter what it is, I'm here to tell you that it is entirely possible and not beyond your reach. So here's perspective number one. To change anything in your life, you have to look at things in a different way. And yes, this sounds absurdly simple, so let's take a look at it. Everyone has their own personal sphere, their own map of the world. We all have our own way of seeing and perceiving this world and our place in it. This personal sphere is what keeps most people stuck or prevents the change you need to achieve success. You must be aware of this personal sphere. You have to point your attention to your own view of the world and know that it is a tiny fraction of the whole picture. This is as powerful as it is simple. You have to see beyond your own personal bubble or personal sphere to achieve something new or have any kind of change. We all have our own map of the world, our circle of friends, assumptions about how the world works, the daily habits we have built. All of these things form a picture that defines not only how we view ourselves and the world around us, but it defines what we think is possible. The tips at the end of this video will help you to break through and redefine all of these ideas. Here's perspective number two. Anything you want in this life is available to you with the right circumstances and how you view the world. It all boils down to the situations you put yourself in and the way you see things. The good news is you can easily put yourself in optimal situations and change your view of the world and have fun all at the same time. This is one of those shifts that can be very exciting on a day-to-day, and we'll get into those tips in a minute, but I want to point out why changing your perception is so critical. People can be in the perfect situation with an opportunity being handed to them, and they won't even see it. This is well known, and there's a ton of literature and lectures out there on this topic. You must be aware of this dynamic. You have to find a way to get in front of these circumstances with a mindset that allows you to see opportunities. Even if all you wanted was a peaceful life, which sounds simple, you have to be able to identify the circumstances you need to put yourself in to have a peaceful life, and you also have to develop the mindset you need to be able to enjoy that peace. So we're going to get into the tools I know will work. I still use a lot of them today. These tips are super fun and can be life-changing, but I want to preface my list by saying you have to force a perception shift. The idea is to put yourself in new situations akin to your path and also get your perception unlocked all at the same time. The more intentional you are, the better it works. My first and favorite method by far is going to social events. I still go to one random social event every week. The Meetup app or Facebook events is a great place to start, especially if you target the events towards what it is that you are looking for. Even if you don't know what you are looking for, this is the perfect place to start. For one thing, we all need human connection, and you will also be exposed to ideas and conversations that are way outside your comfort zone. If you went to a random social event every week for 3 months, I guarantee your life will change drastically for the better. And if you aren't used to this, it will 100% change your life. It's easier if you live in the city, but even if you have to drive a bit, it is worth it. Nothing will have a greater impact on your life than finding social events on a regular basis. The next tip I have is to attend events that would not be considered exclusively social. They can be geared towards what you want to achieve, or they can be completely random. Galleries, exhibits, theater plays, conventions. I encourage you to alternate. Pick an event that you are interested in, and then pick an event that you would never think to attend. This does several things, but the most important is that it will expose you to the dynamic and vast nature of our world. It will force your mind to think in new ways. It will open the scope and breadth of your perception in a way that makes you see things in an entirely new light. Not to mention that you never know who you're going to meet and what opportunities will become available to you. Both of these tips will also expose you to the possibility of what people are capable of. Almost all of these events, social or otherwise, are very inviting and were put on by people just like you, people that want to express themselves and see the light being expressed from other people. It is always an encouraging, uplifting experience. And of course, last but not least, is to change your social media feed. This goes hand in hand with building healthy habits at home. Use your social media feed as a tool to shape how you think. Do not let the algorithm steer you. Make it work for you. Start watching and subscribing to positive, encouraging posts by people you enjoy in whatever direction it is that you want to go. Your social media feed is the single most powerful passive tool you have for growth. I encourage you to take a new route on the way home. Attend a random social event this week. Ask yourself questions about where you want to go and what in your life is holding you back from getting there. Make a habit to expose yourself to anything new. And in this way, you can encourage your own perception to grow and flourish. And always remember, it only takes one day to turn everything around.